Learn Chinese culture and cultures with me. One culture every day.
The farming season in Chen. When winter arrives each year, many animals, due to a lack of food, simply retreat into their caves and sleep soundly. To conserve energy, they neither eat nor move, and even if you try to touch them, they show no reaction. In the Oracle Bone script, the character Zap pictographically represents the act of seizing and immobilizing a prisoner's hands, rendering them unable to move, which was later simplified to Zhi, denoting the meaning of capture. Beneath the character Zhi, people added the radical for insect, creating the character Zhe, specifically referring to those hibernating insects and animals that remain motionless and do not eat, making them easy to catch. At this time, winter has not yet fully receded, and spring has already arrived. The warm and cold air masses engage in a fierce confrontation, giving rise to lightning and thunder. The sound of thunder awakens the hibernating insects, hence the name of Jinzhe. The startled annelid worms crawl over the threshold and ascend to the rooftops. This is the Oracle Bone script 10. As the insects scurry about, climbing onto human toes, their depiction evolved into the bronze script character Sa 10, synthesizing the forms from both Oracle Bone and bronze scripts. The seal script character for Sa 10 was thus written. Although the regular script appears to have undergone significant changes, it still retains the narrative elements from the Oracle Bone script. The rumbling thunder in the sky awakens the annelid worms indoors, and the worms, approaching a person's legs, surprisingly climb onto them. As the weather grows increasingly warmer, by the third month of the lunar calendar, insects begin to wreak havoc on crops. Hence this period is referred to as Chen month. During the Chen month, every day between 7 and 9 in the morning, pests swarm the fields to devour the crops, their activity reaching a peak of destructiveness. Consequently, people have named this time period Chen hour. As the constellations still twinkle in the sky, farmers rise to catch insects, laboring until the Chen hour. To encapsulate this period of early morning toil, the character Chen was created, which originally included 2 sun radicals but was simplified to its current form. It broadly refers to the time from midnight until before breakfast, such as in the terms morning and early morning. This period is when people's spirits are at their peak. Missing the Chen hour means squandering the most splendid part of the day. Thus, Chen has come to symbolize time and days. For example, a fine hour and a lovely scene. With the spring light just right, farmers head to the fields to weed and catch the hibernating insects, activities that are combined to form the bronze script character Nong. In regular script, the radicals for grass and field are merged into Ko, and then Xu and Chen are combined to create the character Nong. In the transformation from cursive to regular script, the character clothing and the radical representing a roof are combined to form Nong, symbolizing the idea of dwellers having shelter and being well clothed and well fed. It broadly refers to the labored activities of plowing, cultivating crops, and raising livestock, such as in the terms agriculture, countryside, and farm work. People harbor a deep hatred for pests, and with a rallying cry, they call upon everyone to catch insects, which is represented by the character Zhen. Grasping an insect and forcefully pinching it with the hand, causing its flesh and blood to splatter, is denoted by the character Ru. In seal script, the radical forehand was replaced with Cun, which signifies a short distance below the wrist, and this evolved into the regular script character Ru. It conveys the action of seizing the vital part of an annelid worm and pinching it with force, leading to its death, which is essentially pest eradication. In the eyes of the people, insects that reap without sowing are utterly disgraceful, damaging the crops of farmers and thus deserving to be eradicated. The character has therefore extended its meaning to signify shameful or to bring disgrace upon, as seen in terms like disgrace and insult. If the crops are devoured by pests and there is no grain relief, the farmers will starve to death. With the farmers gone, there would be no one to deliver grain to the imperial court, and the army, lacking provisions, would be unable to wage war. Faced with invasion, the nation would then face certain demise. Consequently, the rulers recognized the importance of spring plowing, and from the Western Zhou dynasty onwards, a grand ceremony known as the Jitian ceremony was held annually to signify the emperor's emphasis on agriculture and farming. During the Northern Song dynasty, Zhao Zhen, the 4th emperor of the Song dynasty, led his civil and military officials in the grand Jitian ceremony. The emperor had only taken a few steps holding the plow's tail when the ceremonial officer announced the completion of the ritual. However, Zhao Zhen had developed a penchant for plowing and declared, "Since I have started plowing, there is no need to adhere strictly to ancient customs. I wish to finish plowing this field to encourage the common people of the realm to value farming." Despite repeated persuasions from his ministers, Zhao Zhan remained steadfast and continued to plow until he had completed 1/5 of the field before stepping onto the ridge. His dedication to agriculture and his benevolent governance towards the people earned him the posthumous title of Emperor Ranzong of Song after his death.